Good day, everyone. Welcome to the Digital Collective. I'm your host, James Hicks from Hicks New Media. And on this show, we focus on the people, platforms, and tools that are making positive strides within the technology sector. My guest today is old friend of the show, old friend of the Digital Collective, Mr. Donabari Visor, who is the co-founder at GroupApp, which is a all-in-one learning community platform. The marketplace is overwhelming with platforms that do similar but not the same. And we're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about kind of some changes that Donabari and his team have made in the progression and in the life side of what GroupApp has been providing. So sit back. If you got some questions, definitely put a Q in it so I can monitor them. But let's have a great conversation, y'all. All right, man. So I looked and I got it up over here. The last time you were on was December 15th, 2021.
hmm
Man, you was brand spanking new almost. Barry was brand spanking new with GroupApp. How are you, sir, man? It's been a little bit of time.
I'm doing good. Gained a couple more gray hairs, but I'm doing great.
Okay, I thought you was gonna say gain some more pounds, man. I was gonna say I'm not gonna
I
put
did
you out
that
there.
too. I did that too.
I'm not gonna put you out there like that, like that. Listen, man. Let's get focused, man. I'm glad that you're here, but I want to reintroduce you to folks within the community who I've gained, and also since we're streaming to some additional platforms today, we're going out to LinkedIn as well. Uh, Tell folks who you are, kind of that 35,000 foot elevator pitch of why you are who you are, because you've got a pretty cool story, and then also what Group App is today, right? As opposed to, we'll go into what it was before, but we'll talk about what it is today, if you don't mind.
Yeah, definitely. So I started out my entrepreneurship journey just pretty much doing digital marketing for entre- um, what now they call creators, but at the time there wasn't a real word for it, and so we were helping authors and speakers like Tim Ferriss, Jordan Belfort, Lewis House build marketing funnels. And we, at the time, also started a lead generation business called Lead Quizzes, helping marketers generate leads and collect customer data using quizzes and assessments. And through quizzes and assessments, we were able to help uh, entrepreneurs drop their lead costs by almost 50, sometimes 70%, and be able to sell their digital products through a quiz funnel. So through that process, I discovered that there's a huge challenge in the marketplace around building communities and building communities that are focused on the creator and the creator owns. So we launched and built out GroupApp. And now, through that process of iteration, we are now focused on helping creators, coaches, and organizations build online learning communities and bring their course and community together under one unified platform. We're really focused in on just the learning side, not necessarily trying to replace the Facebook group, the Discords that are out there, but helping coaches get um, more out of their students, improve student success, and also improve customer lifetime value through ongoing community engagement and nurture around their learning content.
Man, I love that. Let me ask you this, because that's a it's not a 180-degree shift from where you
Mm-hmm.
started, but you were very specific in terms of, you said you're no longer adding in that value proposition as much to be the Facebook group replacement, the Slack replacement, that kind of thing. You're really leaning into and focused on those learning types of communities. Why that? Why did you do that as opposed to continue to go down that route and kind of be all to everyone and try to boil the ocean? I may have answered my own question, but I wanted to hear from your mouth as well.
I think going down that route of being an alternative platform to these monsters that exist, obviously Facebook group or Discord wasn't it wasn't first of all, it wasn't paying off for us, and at the
Mm,
same time, that's not where customers were getting value from our product. They're getting value when they build courses or have learning programs that they were delivering. And so through that process, we just learned that online learning has gone through a couple of phases. First, the only people that were publishing content online for learning purposes or creating courses were the universities and institutions.
mm.
And then um, creators came into the market or knowledge experts came into the market, but the platform that only existed for them was the Udemy's of the world, where it was a marketplace. It was a marketplace
You
solution. They
flashing
didn't
back when
have
you
much.
said that, so
Yeah,
only as old school folks. Okay, go ahead now.
yeah, Udemy's of the world, where it was a marketplace solution. They didn't control pricing. They didn't really quite own their audience. And then the next phase that came about was you have like the Teachables, the Thinkifics of the world, where their value proposition is will allow you to be able to control the process for delivering and selling your online course. But throughout that whole entire process, uh, there hasn't been a focus on the student. It's been on the
Mm.
delivery, the sale of online courses, and in turn, it has limited the lifetime value that coaches and creators are able to get out of their students or people that are enrolled into their courses. But I also just we also just realized there's a shift in the marketplace as well, where before you could sell courses and you'll make a significant amount of money from it, and it was great to sell courses. But now if you are just a course creator and you don't have a community component, you are competing with YouTube, a free platform that has high level of information, production quality is usually pretty good. So you're competing with a free, easy to access platform like YouTube. So you need to build in a learning experience on top of your course, and where students come together to learn from each other, they can get support, and where you can support them in the learning journey. And that's where GroupApp comes in, where you don't only just deliver your online course, but you create a learning experience.
So let's get into it a little bit because I want to, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna ask some of these doubting Thomas questions. Again, I know the answer, but I want to hear it from you. And when you think of the mighty networks of the world, when you think
Mm-hmm.
of the Kajabis of the world, right? Some of the other known
Mm-hmm.
platforms that do again similar but not equal. What's that real reasoning for folks to look at GroupApp? How are you solving that problem, as you say, where you're geared more towards the student? What's that mechanism? What's that means? What's that functionality within GroupApp that actually makes you better, or
Mm-hmm.
you someone that people should also have on that list when they're going through their choices and their decision tree?
Yeah, I think Kajabi is more of a business platform at this point. It's not you can sell anything on there at this point. I think where we really separate ourselves is we're community first, and our platform is geared so as soon as a student signs up for your course or your program and that you're running, the first thing that they'll be entered into is the community experience that you create for them. And that is vastly different from these other tools that are out there, where a lot of them are just you get the course and then the community is sort of like secondary, like, and it's sort of like tucked away in like a 3 or 4 navigation tab. And at the same time, what we're also doing is we're also really focused on facilitating event-based learning as well, through being able to schedule events directly inside of your community, add events to your courses
Okay.
as well to enhance the learning experience, connect students with each other, not just rely solely on discussion boards as a way to engage with your students. And as we start to build out the platform, we're really focusing on like the automation side of it as well, like creating workflows that are unique and specific to each um, students' learning journey. Like if they're stuck on a course lesson, if they are, um, if for example they did an assessment and it didn't really, uh, they didn't pass that assessment, you being able to proactively reach out to them and provide them support through direct messaging
Oh, that's real
and
cool.
those
Okay.
other mechanisms.
Okay. So I'm seeing the light come. Hopefully, some other folks are as well. But so let me ask this, because you mentioned about events, and that's huge.
Mhm.
Ever since the world stopped a few years ago with COVID, right? We've been living either on Zoom, Teams, WebEx, YouTube, whatever the case may be. So that ability to have a virtual an event within the community, within the platform, is that capable? We can actually live stream and or bring in a external source, or is it internally baked into Group App?
You can bring in a live external source. You can
Okay.
also embed your stream directly
Okay.
into GroupApp as well for live streaming purposes. We will be offering just more native streaming integrations as well.
I love that. I love that. And you said there was messaging as well. So again, when we're not
Yeah.
sitting with our laptop or anything, just we can get a SMS message from our. No one says SMS anymore, right? I just dated myself again, right?
That's all. It's all right. It's all right.
Man, okay. See, I'm just gonna stop talking and just keep rolling through the screens here. But so you know what I mean. But that's
Yeah, I know
an
what you
option
mean.
as well. Okay, golly, I'm over here using my old AOL, 1200 baud modem, talking to these new kids. Um, what's missing? Right. So as you sit there at your vision board, as you sit at your planning sessions with your other developers and designers, and you hear the feedback, you got your roadmap, but what's something that you're looking to add that's not in there yet, that is either heavily asked for by users and prospects, or just something that you personally, as the co-founder of Group App, want in the platform, and when do you expect to have whatever that is in the platform?
And I can name off a laundry
I,
list
I
just
know you can. Listen, I got a ton of tape too. Listen, we can stream all day. I can just make another pot
oh
of coffee.
man.
We can keep going.
I think one of the areas that we want to focus on is expanding our payment integration. Right now, we currently support Stripe as a payment processor, and Stripe is great for integration, but we want to be able to reach other markets that don't have Stripe, and that's a limitation that our product has right now that we are trying to solve for. And I think the other area that just kind of builds on that point is the ability to natively like translate the whole entire product, the front end of the product,
Mhm.
to your own um, native language. So if you speak Portuguese, if you speak Spanish, right, being able to fully translate the whole entire interface to match with the students that you are bringing into the product, because no matter, you're going to have students coming in from different places, and I think a native translation is something that I want to have us tackle.
See, now those two things you mentioned were globally focused. That
Mhm.
proves that you C-suite, right? That proves that you an executive in the company, right? You want to be able to take more than just money from the U.S., and you want more than just English. So that's pretty cool to hear you saying that. Um, in terms of who you're hearing, and maybe this is an unfair question to ask, right? From a competition perspective, and you're having conversations with community leaders and folks who are looking to start a learning community, and having that conversation about you versus them. I know you kind of went
Mhm.
over just kind of at the high level, but again, what's that winning pitch, that winning proposition that you say Group App versus all of those others provides to someone starting a small community, brand new community, and someone who maybe has a very large community as well. What's that real takeaway that you feel Group App offers? And you don't be biased, but
Don't
that
be biased.
yeah, no, no, we put
Come
another
on,
hat
man.
on right quick. Put another hat on right quick, right?
uh, I think the first thing I'll say is everyone comes to Group App and they're like, I want to start a community. And I'm like, if that's the only reason why you're coming to Group App, that's not a great fit for you. So at all, if
Wow.
you just want to, if you want to just start a community, I think there's several platforms out there that would best serve you in terms of just starting a community. I think if you're coming to GroupApp and saying, "Hey, um, I have a learning program, I have my online course, and I want to build a learning experience, that community-based learning experience around my course or training that I offer, and bring in that reoccurring income," then we are the platform for you and facilitating that. The other thing is our platform, in terms of a competitive advantage, is easy to use. Your students, they don't have to learn a new product or a new tool. We are very easy to use. We utilize the same UI elements that they're already familiar with. We are the You don't need a developer, you don't need a engineer to be able to set up GroupApp. We've had customers launch their community and start getting their first 70 members in under 30 minutes on GroupApp. That's what we offer. We are not going to be the most customizable. Let me put HTML all over the place for you. I don't think that's not the market that we are in. We're in the market of making it easy for you to launch your community and course, and then focusing on the most important thing in your business, which is serving your students or members of your community.
Love that. Love that. And I appreciate you for playing along with me, man. I know I'm throwing them. I got my questions, but I'm throwing them out of left field right now. Let's look at this right here. You've got a ton of options, right? Folks coming
Uh,
in, you gracious with a free plan, right? That allows folks to kick the tires a little bit. But talk a little bit about the value of stepping up through the basic, pro, and then premium in terms of capability and functionality.
yeah, I think one of the things that we're focused on is making sure that no matter where you're starting at, you have a plan that's well suited for you. So, our free plan gets you in the door, allow you to launch and start your community and start monetizing right away, without feeling like you need to like upgrade right away. We know that there's businesses of different sizes coming to us. Our basic plan is more of, okay, I've got my community in place. I got 100 people in my community. I'm ready to start to scale and think about trying to scale my community. And our basic plan is $39 a month. Um, it's still very affordable for most creators. We give you a ton of features like group group chat, direct messaging. You have a content library to host all of your digital content and downloadables in. You have access to our events, student progress tracking. So our basic plan beats out a lot of our competitors' basic plan. Our pro plan is more like, all right, I've started to scale, but now I need some more direct implementation. Maybe I do need a developer to, tap into GroupApp and uh, bring over data into, let's say, your active campaign, because you're doing some automation there, and you have a team behind you that's going to be able to support you and implement it. And that's where our pro plan comes in. Now, if you are one of those people that are just like me, sometimes I just don't want to do anything and I want a white glove service. And so that's where that's where a premium plan comes in. Our premium plan is there to fully onboard you, help you migrate from any existing tool that you have, if it either Discord or, for example, I know Peerboard just sold, and you're a Peerboard customer, and you're like, hey, help me get off of this train wreck right away. We're right we're right there to
Listen, that's me telling the
helicopter
truth, brother.
you.
I've heard folks say it, so better hear it from you than me. But that's true. Yeah.
So we with that white glove service, you get 4 weeks of just community setup. We work with you to develop your community strategy as well, meaning that we are going to look at, okay, pre-launch, what are the things that you need to do before you launch your community? During the launch, we're going to look at, okay, where is your community metrics measuring compared to all of the communities that we have active on GroupApp. And then we're also going to help you optimize those metrics as well. And you have one-on-one coaching sessions each month with us as well.
That's really cool. That's really, and I stopped right here on this transaction fee right here, folks. Look at that.
Uh-huh.
That number right there is pretty telling. So tell folks what you mean when you say transaction fee, and the fact 5% on the free and zero on the basic pro and the premium plan. Because again, I hate to assume, and I don't want folks to assume, but I'd rather again have
Mhm.
you say what that is.
Yeah, I think our focus with the transaction fees is very simple. Once you start paying a subscription, we don't really believe my philosophy is I don't really believe in tacking on additional fees that are unnecessary. And transaction fees can get pretty expensive pretty quickly. If you're starting out on a free, all right, and you're not yet monetizing your community, you can use GroupApp for free until you start monetizing your community. And if you start monetizing, we take a 5% transaction fee, meaning we take a 5% cut of any payment that's processed through GroupApp. Now, if for you that transaction fee feels like, okay, now I don't want to pay the transaction fee, we give you the option to go to our basic plan, which is $39 a month. That allows you to save on the transaction fee, plus at the same time giving you additional features and additional usage limits on our platform.
Okay. So and then let me piggyback onto that. So the transaction fee is on the membership for people in the community. We can have tiered members as well, so we can have something like a bronze, silver, and gold kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
monthly, quarterly, yearly kind of memberships as well. Is that something that's available?
Yes.
Okay. And then the last question around transaction fees. You can't get away from them. So I know Stripe is I know they got 2 or 3% coming out of you too. Is that on top of this transaction fee, or how does that work?
Yeah, so the Stripe 2.9 percent transaction
I
fee
rounded it up
plus
to
30
three.
cents
I rounded it up.
plus okay, 3% transaction fee plus 30 cents. That's on top of what you'll be paying. So if you are on our free plan, if you are on our any of our paid plans, you will just be paying Stripe or whoever your merchant processor is transaction fee. We do not take a cut of any of the payments that happen on our product.
Got you. And again, I appreciate you for saying that, because again, that's one of those things that folks, again, they assume they think that it's being answered, but if it's not explicitly spelled out or talked about, then they'd be like, "Well, Dornabari, you owe me 3% for times 100 people that are in my community." No, but folks, okay, look at this again now. Basic $39, Pro $99 a month. Again, compare apples to apples for some of the other platforms that are out there. Look at the value that is being offered to you from a platform like a group app, and you see those numbers, and you be like, "Man, that's actually pretty good. I've always wanted to do this." But wait, there's more. I don't know why I've always wanted to say that. I've never, but wait, there's more. You now
Mhm.
are on AppSumo, the marketplace for LTD, lifetime deals, lifetime offerings from AppSumo for entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and things of that nature. Talk to us about this particular lifetime deal that you have on AppSumo Select in terms of getting in at $49 for license tier one for $49.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what you. So again, folks, these are the standard. If you don't know somebody, you've never seen Digital Collective, you don't know who you are, and you just hit them off the street. These are the numbers that you're gonna pay. But
Yeah.
today, I'm letting y'all know AppSumo is where you might want to go if this is sounding like a planned platform that resonates with you and your community. So talk a little bit about what you got going on here, man.
Yeah. So for us, AppSumo is sort of our coming out party. We last time I was in the show, it was very early on in the development of GroupApp, and we're still trying. We're just trying to figure some things out, and we're still figuring some things out. And so our AppSumo promotion is a way of creating more exposure for our product more than anything. And so one of the things that we did is we launched our lifetime deal where you can get um, t- we have a tier one pricing plan, lifetime, pay $49 a month, and that gives you the basic version of Group App, which is $39 a month, and you're locked in for life. You're locked in. You're paying that only that one-time fee, and you're getting access to the basic version of GroupApp that continues to improve every single month. We just released a new update yesterday. We got another new update coming out in 2 weeks that are also going to be available on the basic plan as well. So that's our idea behind our AppSumo launch. We did a private um, lifetime deal launch 8 months ago, and that was more okay. Let's see if let's use that for feedback and improve the product and get the product into more people's hands. And that was a great launch for us. And now the AppSumo um, launches. Hey, we're here. We're ready to get this thing started.
Love it, love it. And then you've
Yeah.
got the couple of other tiers available as well, and really the differences in our number of members, number of channels, uh, and the number of courses. Talk to us about the delineation between a channel and a course.
So a channel is like the building block for your community. A channel can be utilized for multiple different things. It can be utilized to start discussions. It can be utilized to store resources. It can be utilized to host subgroups of your community. Channels are very flexible in how you can use it. Now, courses are just courses that are hosted directly on GroupApp that are hosted in your community that you can sell to your members or you can sell to the public. They don't need to be members of your community in order for them to buy courses from you.
Okay. And access to either or is dependent. The moderator, the owner of the platform, me, I could say who is a member of a particular channel who has access to a course as well. That's all managed through my admin panel. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, so you're able to set the access level for your community, for your course, for your events, for almost every part of your community. You can you can decide I want these particular members to see X, Y, Z in my community. I don't want them to see this. You can control visibility. So the platform can be well tailored to the particular community member and the subscription plan that they're on, or however you want to structure uh, your community.
Love it. Love it, man. Listen, and I was diving in because again, I wanted folks to know that I'm getting all this for $49. Okay. And where's the catch? And again, I'm trying to alleviate any of those kinds of questions, any of those kinds of concerns. But again, the fact that you have this up
Mm.
here is what's the timeline in terms of how long you're going to have this offer up on the AppSumo platform?
So this offer on the Sumo platform will be there until July 22nd.
Okay.
Uh, so after that, we're no longer running any other lifetime deal promotions. That's it. The gates are locked. And if you want to purchase GroupApp or you're thinking about purchasing GroupApp after that time, the only pricing that we'll have available is whatever is going to be displayed on our pricing page when you go to our website.
I got a feeling prices are going to go up. I,
Price gotta go up, man.
I'm just gonna say I got a feeling. So take that with what it's worth, folks. I got a feeling end of July. Listen, if you don't, I will put the link in the description so you can check out GroupApp. You can check out existing pricing. You can check out their customer stories and hear about folks that are actually using it. I know a handful of folks actually within some of my content creator ecosystems and families that are actually on GroupApp as well. I think I told them about it, which is why they're using it. But um, and then I'll put the link to the AppSumo deal so folks can check that out. Um, Listen, man, I just really wanted to spend a little bit of time and have you say where you are today versus where you were. Talk about that new value proposition in terms of what you're offering and sharing about the AppSumo deal. What else, I guess, outside of what we've already talked about right now, would you like to just tell folks in community that are watching you now live or on the replay or even on the audio podcast when I publish that out about in terms of why group app, why this makes sense for folks that are building learning communities, and again, how they can also get in contact with you if they have any questions?
Yeah, I think why Group App now is the traditional course building platforms out there are are on the decline, and you don't want to be the last one left on that sinking ship. And if you are looking to really up your online learning and course delivery, you have to incorporate community into it and build a community learning experience into it, not just host a playlist of videos and resources for your students, or you're leaving a lot of money on the table and you're not giving your students and or your clients an opportunity to get more out of your um, courses or learning program that you have available. And if you want to set up a learning community, GroupApp is a perfect platform to do that. It's easy to use. You can get set up in under 30 minutes. It's flexible, meaning you can host your digital content, your events, your learning library all in one place. Manager members can manage your billing through GroupApp as well, so you don't have to deal with all of the admin have to do all of the admin work that comes with managing subscriptions. We'll take care of all of that for you, so you can focus on helping your students and your members um, get a great learning experience from your business.
Love it, brother. Love it, man. I appreciate you. I see nothing but a hockey stick in terms of a progression happening for you, man. And I think you've, and we hate to say the word pivot, but I would say I hate that I think that you've actually just moved and progressed in the right direction, right? Kind of raised the level, raised the bar, and raised the conversation. So instead of looking at just kind of those uh, social network communities, but more learning communities, more business focused, more mastermind types of things that folks are recognizing of the value of what they pay for. So I think
Mhm.
I think not gonna say I think I know you're on the right track, man. So congratulations to you and the team, everything that you do.
All right, thank you. I appreciate you having me on for a second time.
Listen, we're
It's,
gonna round it out. We're gonna do it 3 times, right? After the deal, and you raise the price, and then we're gonna bring you back on and be like, we told you that now it's gonna be cost prohibitive
uh,
for folks to get in. No, hang
no,
on in the
not never like
background,
that.
hang on in the background, brother. I want to holler at you real quick, though. Again, folks,
All right.
appreciate you for joining us. This is again another edition of the Digital Collective. If you found some value, tell someone. If you did not find some value, blame Dornabari and don't blame me. All right, we out, y'all. Be be good.